Is today Note 7 day?
Yeah, boy, just go.
Dude,
go,
you
go.
didn't tell me today was Note 7 day. Okay, what's up, guys? Aryan back with another video, and I gotta tell you, 2 weeks ago, if you came up to me and you said, "Hey, Aryan, I'm looking at getting a new Android phone. What do you recommend?" I would probably have a tough time giving you a quick answer, mainly because your perfect phone all comes down to what you're really looking for. So let's say you're an audiophile. I would probably recommend the HTC 10. Let's say you wanted a phone that has the best camera. I'd probably recommend the S7 or the S7 Edge. 2 weeks later, I would have to recommend the Galaxy Note 7. Here's the thing. There's no one smartphone fits all kind of phone, but the Galaxy Note 7 comes pretty darn close. It's got one of the best screens I've ever seen, one of the best cameras I've ever seen, and it comes so packed with features, it's got something for almost everyone out there. So we've kind of hit this golden standard in terms of internals for flagship phones in 2016, and that is the Snapdragon 820 and 4 gigs of RAM, which coincidentally, the Galaxy Note 7 comes with as well. And as you could expect, performance and multitasking is pretty solid on the device. So the screen on the Note 7 is what we've come to expect from Samsung. It's got a 2560 by 1440 Quad HD Super AMOLED panel, and I have to say it is the most beautiful display I have ever seen on any smartphone. So it's got curved Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back with metal all around the edges. And yes, because the screen is curved, you can expect Samsung's curved edge functionality built into the software. Now, I will say this, for those of you who are worried about how dramatic the curve actually is, it's not as bad as the Galaxy S7 Edge, and this is mainly because Samsung wanted to tone it down in order to make sure you could use the S Pen more efficiently. The Galaxy Note 7 has a built-in fingerprint sensor, and while it's fast and accurate, by far the headline feature in terms of security is the iris scanner. It's fast, it's accurate, and it can be used at night because it uses infrared technology. You can also secure files like photos or documents using the iris scanner as well, which adds an extra touch of security. Another thing to note about the display, since Samsung opted for AMOLED technology, the always-on display feature seen on the Galaxy S7 is also on the Note 7. And I have to say, it's super convenient. It's basically a blacked out screen that shows you the time, the date, your battery percentage, and any notifications you might have without actually requiring you to turn on the phone. Believe me, it saves a lot of time. So once you actually get done unlocking the phone with your fingerprint or your eyes, you're greeted to Android Marshmallow with Samsung's TouchWiz UI on top. While it is refined, it's still a little heavy on the eyes, which is a shame because a phone that feels this good in the hand should have good-looking software to match. App icons and system animations are still cartoonish, and if you're like me and you prefer the look of stock Android, there's a plethora of options available in Samsung's built-in theme store. Now, I will say this, while TouchWiz isn't my go-to software when it comes to cell phones, there were definitely some software enhancements built in that I found myself using almost every single day, a lot of which came from the S Pen. When you pull out the S Pen, you'll find a menu that contains several useful functions. The three I found myself using the most were taking a quick note, magnify, and translate. So magnify and translate kind of work in the same way, in which all you have to do is hover the S Pen over the screen in order to either translate text from another language or zoom into that particular part of the screen so you can kind of see hard to read text or sharper details in pictures. But my favorite feature is the ability to take notes when your screen is turned off. Just pop out the S Pen while your display is off and you'll be greeted to a black and white note-taking panel in which you can jot down that quick note or a quick reminder to yourself. From this menu, you can also choose to save, delete, or pin that note to your always-on display for 1 hour. As a full-time college student, I found myself using this several times throughout the day. Oh, and in case you guys were wondering, you cannot put the S Pen in backwards and break it like you could on the Note 5. And yes, I did try it, so you can take my word for it. And of course, the S Pen and Note 7 itself are IP68 water and dust resistant, meaning you could take notes in the shower if you wanted to. If you're into that kind of stuff. No, but seriously guys, this is one of those features that you don't really appreciate until you have a phone that has it. During my review period, I was never worried about getting the phone accidentally wet or damaging it in this way. And this is a huge sigh of relief considering how much money you'll be spending on this phone. But there is one downside to having a device that's water resistant, and that is the speaker quality. And this is arguably the weakest point on the Galaxy Note 7. That being said, for bottom firing speakers, they're still plenty loud and you can still easily enjoy media consumption on the Note 7. But there's still nothing compared to front-facing speakers that you'd find on the Nexus 6P. Another aspect of the phone I wasn't too worried about, the battery life. It's pretty solid, and I was able to consistently get about 4 hours of screen on time during my review period. That being said, I am a heavy power user, and I was also using the phone frequently for multitasking and playing Pokemon Go. So of course, your battery usage will vary. The Note 7 comes with a 3500 mAh battery pack, which should be more than enough to get you through a day's worth of use. That being said, if you find yourself away from your charger for too long, it also comes with a regular and an extreme power saving mode, which could boost your Note 7's battery life to well above a day. The Note 7 also has excellent charging speeds thanks to adaptive fast charge via USB Type-C and fast wireless charging if you feel like spending $65 on a very cool looking dock. And for all you photography buffs out there, the Note 7 has one of the best cameras currently on the market. Pictures come out sharp and full of detail, and color reproduction is excellent. And the camera itself has so many modes you wouldn't even believe. But don't take my word for it. Take a look at some of these photos. Overall, the Note 7 is an excellent device, and it's probably one of the best phones I've used in 2016. But is it worth the buy? That really comes down to how much you have to spend on a smartphone. The Galaxy Note 7 costs $849 without a contract. So if your budget for a smartphone is relatively high, you'll be hard-pressed to find a phone better than the Note 7 for that price range. That being said, when you consider all of the other companies' flagship offerings, I'd personally go for the HTC 10 or the OnePlus 3. The Galaxy Note 7 is a phone that has all the bells and whistles, so you should expect to pay top dollar should you want to purchase one. So if you have the money to buy one, you should definitely get one. You won't regret it. Alright guys, that's it for our review over the Galaxy Note 7. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below, and don't forget to hit subscribe while you're down there. Get at us on social media and in the comment section down below, and let me know, are you going to buy the Note 7? Why or why not? As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Hello? What's up? No, I just finished filming the Note 7 review. No, I don't have the phone anymore. I had to send it back. Something about an exploding battery? I don't know. It was ridiculous. I think I'm just going to get the new iPhone and the Pixel XL. Speaking of that, Pixel, what a stupid name. Am I right? Which is a huge relief considering you might spend any amount of phone on any amount of phone.
Any amount of phone, any kind of money. Any amount of phone, any kind of money. You can spend like 20 Samsung Note 7s on a Benjamin, but you're gonna spend 20 iPhones on a Lincoln.
When you pull out the S Pen. Bro, are you deleting these or are you keeping